Hey everybody, so my dad pointed out the fact that we needed to do an update video since I just posted the video from a week ago. So here is a quick update. Ow, bugs are biting me. Of everything that we have going on in the garden. Okay, I'm on the outside of the fence, but you can see that these are the top pink eye purple hull peas, and they are loading up quite nicely right now. This section from where Luna is apparently trying to fertilize the garden, from her over to this fence here is the no dig section. So all of this had cardboard put down. Then we put compost and rabbit manure in there, and then we also have hay in the middle between the beds to help with the weeds. We do have like grass and stuff coming up, you can see right there, but it's not nearly what it would be without that. So this is the no dig section. And right now the only crops we really have is the peas. There's a few Pasawega blue corn, which is an Indian corn for cornmeal on that little section over there. And then we also have, sorry, we have a watermelon right here. It was kind of shaded out because this whole section here at the end of the no dig. Luna, stop! She's eating the beans. I'm gonna have to close her out of here. This section had a bunch of weeds and it had shaded it out, so we got it cleared out around there, so hopefully that thing starts growing like a lot. So then we cleaned this section out. This is where our tomato jungle was, like all of this part here. We have our peppers over here. You can see jalapeno, I think another jalapeno. Poinsettia peppers, you can see that red on there. They're starting to ripen. I'm waiting until like most of them are red, and then I'm gonna pick them all and make hot sauce. Then we have, let's see, that first big leafed pepper. I don't know what it is because there's no peppers on it. Then we have banana pepper, and then 3 eggplants, and you can see 1 eggplant right there that's probably should be picked so that something doesn't get it. So I pulled all the weeds in the tomato jungle out. And then I took hay from this bale that we had that was sitting there rotten. I took hay and I mulched really heavily around those peppers because there was a lot of weeds there. And then we mostly got all the weeds pulled out of here. A lot of this that you see is already pulled. It's just laying there. So we got most of that done. So that was the second section where it was all sorry, I'm getting a call. All of that second section was transplants there. Then this section here, unfortunately, is a huge jungle. This was peas, Mississippi purple hull peas that we planted, and they didn't come up very well, and I just didn't have the motivation to take the wheel hoe and try to clear out around them because they just weren't that much to them. So now you can see that weeds has taken over. And what I'm going to do is in the next couple days, I'm going to get the lawnmower and I'm just going to mow all of this down and use it as a green manure. And that's just going to help compost, and that's going to help improve the soil. And then the tomatoes that are in the greenhouse are going to be transplanted out into this section and also this other section. And then this beauty right here that's intertwined with this pea, it kind of snuck up on me, and I don't think I could see it from here. Let's see. No. Oh, wait. There it is. This is my sugar baby bush melon. And there's a nice, beautiful sugar baby melon right there. So this thing here actually kind of went above and beyond expectations there. Even though it was being taken over by weeds and everything, it managed to start climbing the fence, and so now it's producing. Luna, seriously, you're tearing up stuff. Stop! Oh my god. I'm gonna have to go get her. Stop it, Luna! But yeah, it got all the way to the top of the fence and then continued on. And now it does have, Luna, stop! Luna! Get away from the watermelon, please. It is experiencing like some issue where they're like falling off. It won't focus on that, but let's see if I can make it focus on that. No, it's not going to focus on it. Anyways, I don't know if that's like lack of pollination or blossom end rot or what, but some of them are falling off. So anyway, that's that section. We got the old unusable, as of right now, farm all pulled out from under the barn, cleaned this part up, and that's why that's open, because we had to put this cattle panel gate in here, which that's just us saving money there because gates are so expensive. Come on, Luna, come down this way. Come down this way. Crazy dog. So yeah, we put that in so that we can get another tractor that we can work the garden with and come in and out right there. And now here's the update that my dad was asking for. So here's the garden from the previous 2 videos. This is what it looks like. This is about 100 feet by about 300 feet. I forget if we have like 10 or 12 rows that we made. Now these are pretty wide rows, but we have a lot of weeds coming up because it's been raining a lot. But let's see, I think that's an okra. Yeah, so we have okras that are coming up also. There's okra. So the first row is all okra. The second row is all squash, which right there where my finger is pointing, that's a squash. Here's another one. And I really just kind of just sowed these really heavy because as late as it is and as hot as it is, I expect them to have a lot of issues. So I figured plant more seeds rather than less so that they have more chances of producing. But you can see the squash, those big leaf ones of squash. And you can see how thick I planted them. So the first row is okra. This is the first row. This is okra. This is yellow squash. Let's see, yellow squash. Then this is starting from that end coming down is pole beans, and then where I ran out of pole beans is more squash planted. And then from the 4th row over, it's all peas. So all of this here, that's peas. All those you see in the lines, that's all peas coming up. I'm running out of daylight, so I gotta hurry up. So I think we had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that's 3. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. I kind of just started throwing them, so they're kind of scattered. 7, 8 rows of peas is what we ended up with in this section. And then these are some transplants that I did. So we have Ford Hook zucchini. That's a zucchini transplant. They come down here. I think this is still zucchini here. You can see them as I'm going. You can see them. Zucchinis. Okay, here's where something else starts. Oh, no, that's more zucchini there. More zucchini going down this way. And it's very slick right here. Okay. And then I had Kish White cucumber, which is a discontinued cucumber from Baker Creek. And I'm hoping that I get a couple of them to make because my seeds that I saved did not do good at all. But so far I'm only seeing this one and it looks really bad. Let's see. I think this might be one though. That one's doing pretty good. So it rained really heavily and then there's still standing water in between here on these beds. So whenever I started putting these transplants out, I had to kind of space them out a bit. I had to find places that wasn't just soup from all the water. So I had to space them out a bit. And then this is a pick and pick squash, and that one's probably not going to make it. And then there's another one right there that's probably not going to make it. That one's doing okay. That one's doing pretty good. That one's doing really good. I think this is still squashed. That one's doing good. That one's doing okay. That one's doing okay. And then that's all I was able to do on this section because it was just so wet. When I would touch the ground, it would just like liquefy. The ground would. And then there's a couple on that side, which is gonna be straight 8 cucumbers, and I see like the holes here where I had planted, and it doesn't look like those came up, but there's that one right there. Let me see if there's any more. I don't think so. That's pretty much it on that. So on those, what I'm going to do is, instead of cultivating them like the rest of them, probably what I'll end up doing is just getting some hay that hasn't been treated with herbicide, and I'm just going to like put the hay around them and do them like hills. So yeah, there's the garden. And I'm running out of daylight, so that's the garden update. We still have tomatoes in the greenhouse. I may go shoot a little bit in there too, just to show you. But that's the garden so far, and we are trying to get a little farm tractor to come out and leave it here and be able to cultivate to get the grass and the weeds out. So hopefully we'll have that brought out tomorrow, and as soon as I get a chance I can start cultivating, because you can't see it as well unless I get really, really close, but there's a lot of weeds and grass and stuff growing up. So I think there's almost as much of that as there is the stuff I actually planted, probably more. So yeah, let me go shoot some in the greenhouse. I will be right back. Okay, here's just a quick little bit I wanted to cover too. This is our compost bin, and I may actually cover that in a separate video, but basically what we did, we just built a compost bin out of pallets, and we're not really doing any kind of particular formula for this. We're doing like what they would call lazy composting. So everything that is litter from the garden, weeding, stuff like that, food scraps, all of that stuff is going in there. And then hopefully like by next year, a lot of that will be broken down and we can use that in the garden. So that's just a quick little bit there. We had to move everything so we could do the yard. These are some raspberries I got. Red raspberry leaf tea is actually really good for females. So that's actually why I'm growing this, is to make tea using the leaves. And there's a second one over here somewhere. Yeah, right there. This is my raised bed garden area. It looks really bad because I really didn't use it too much. I planted potatoes in the long beds on the outsides, and then I planted these tomatoes in pots here. And then I have like this is a white squash that hasn't really done anything. I had chard and kohlrabi in there. The bugs got it really bad. And I really haven't used this too much. So I'm gonna have to clean this whole thing out, and I may try to make that as a video of like a time lapse, because I don't know about you guys, but like watching people do things like cleaning and fast forward is like extremely satisfying. I don't know if everybody feels that way, but that's how I feel. I did want to show, this is one thing I had like forgotten that I had even put this here, but for anybody that watches Roots and Refuge Farm, you will know what this is. This little tiny leafed cucumber looking thing is a cucamelon, or better known as Mexican sour gherkin. And like, look at the little cute little curly cues, they're so cute. I haven't seen any like flowers, but that might be one actually. I don't know. I can't get this is my phone camera, so I can't get it to focus. But anyway, I think that's definitely some up there. Let's see, right there. It's hard to see. But yeah, it's like all the way over the whole thing. So yeah, that's kind of cool. I had actually like forgotten that it was even planted, and I thought, oh well, they're just not gonna grow. Like, you know, I had already just wrote this whole thing off, and the next thing I know, I looked and I was like, oh, wait a second, that's not morning glory, that's cucamelons or Mexican sour gherkins. So that's kind of cool. All right, excuse the mess. This is my greenhouse, and this will be made into another video probably as well, where I'll talk about this. This is a budget greenhouse. But really quickly, because I'm running out of light, so I had forgotten about the Mexican sour gherkins, so I actually started some more. These are not going to go out in the main field because there's like no way that that's going to work. They definitely need to be on a trellis. Like, you can see all of these little curlicues that they're already making. So I'm going to clean out these 2 beds on the other side over here where it just came from, and I'm going to transplant these out into that, and hopefully like fill up that whole trellis with those. This is some eggplant. It's like a purple and white striped eggplant. They're a little bit smaller than the Black Beauties, which is what's out there. So I'm hoping that I'll have time to get some more harvest off of that. Let's see. This is black strawberry tomato from Baker Creek. That's a cherry tomato variety. I got 6 trays planted, okay? Then I have like all of these other tomatoes, which these are looking like they need a little fertilizer. I got all of these tomatoes. Some of them are doing better than others, as you could tell. Like, I mean, this one here is like overachiever much. And I can't read the labels of what they are right now because it's so dark. And the water's causing the marker to run. But basically, I have 2 or 3 determinate varieties of tomato, and then the rest is indeterminates. Some of those are hybrids, some are heirlooms. I think there's a yellow Brandywine in there. There's a couple that are commercial hybrids that have like weird strings of letters and numbers as their name, that I got from Johnny's. But yeah, the determinants, my hope with those is to get a really heavy crop all at one time with those, and before any frost. So we still have like 120 days ish before our average first frost. And then these were gifts from a customer of mine. This is a variegated oregano. It's hard to get it to focus. It's getting dark, so it's really hard to focus. But this is a variegated oregano, and I'm thinking I'm gonna like leave it in a pot, but I'm gonna up pot it and like kind of spread it and make it to where it'll get bigger, because we love oregano, and that's just really cool. And then this, I don't remember the exact name of what it was that she told me. It was lemon bee something or another, and it's not an edible, it's just a ground cover crop. So I'm hoping it'll maybe do like some flower beds in the house, but for the time being I'm going to leave it in pots, and I'll just up pot it until I find a permanent place for it. So yeah, that's the greenhouse. As you can see, we're not using the heat lamps right now. But that's the greenhouse, and hopefully within another week or 2, all of these tomatoes and stuff will be established enough that we can start transplanting them, and we'll have that first section of the garden that I showed ready to go, so that we can transplant these out into the garden and get a really nice harvest of fall tomatoes. So here we go. Okay, it's like getting super dark now. So thank you guys for watching the video. If you watched it all the way to the end, I appreciate that. So definitely check out our Facebook page. That's LifebreadBakery. For people who are local, we do offer custom baked goods like cookies, cakes. We'll do some pies, cupcakes, things like that. So just check out our page, like us and follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook. I also have my Amazon wish list. The link is in the description of every video. So the things that are in the wish list are things that I guess you say like tools, equipment, infrastructure, improvements for our farm. So like you've seen in the main garden that we are using T-post sprinklers. Sprinklers are not very efficient as far as like water is concerned. because, you know, they come from up, and when it's hot, a lot of that water evaporates before it even gets to the plants. And then also things like tomatoes and stuff, you really don't want to water from the top because that is a vector for disease. So one thing that's in the wish list that we really need to start investing in is drip line. So if you want to support us, that is the best way to do it, to purchase the things that are on my Amazon wish list. If you like the content, you want more, feel free to send us a donation, whether via products or whether via money. And also make sure that you like the video, make sure you comment any criticism or critique, like what you think we could do better, like what kind of videos do you like to see. Don't forget to check out our links in the description below, and then I'm also linking, just because I mean, I don't want to just be like, hey, give me, but I also want to give to you guys. I want to provide something of value to you. So links that I find that are helpful, things like places to find recipes, things for the garden, I'm going to start posting those links in the description below. So for this video and pretty much future videos related to gardening, there is going to be a link to the Old Farmer's Almanac website, where it has the planting calendar for this year. And so that's like completely free, whereas you would buy the almanac if you went in the store. Trust me, I know. So I have the planting calendar link there. All you do is type in your zip code. It's going to tell you what zone you are, and it's going to have a complete list of like all the vegetables and fruits and things, because yes, tomatoes are fruit, that you can grow in your area. It's going to have a spring planting guide and also a fall planting guide. So at this point, you're looking at the fall planting guide. If you don't see something there, probably means it's not recommended for the fall. So that's kind of up to your discretion on whether or not you plant. But I will have that linked in the description below for you guys to use as a tool, because I want to be useful to you. So yeah. Feel free to leave us comments and what have you, and I'm going to stop talking now. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it, and it keeps me motivated to continue creating content, hopefully content that is valuable and will continue to grow and increase in value as I get more comfortable making videos and more comfortable editing videos. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.